Hello and welcome to Honestly Jolene. Um, this one is pretty, it's a now thing that feels pretty raw and present right now. I want to talk about loops and looping. Um, I mentioned in my first video that I'm a lesbian and I came out late. So now after a lot of kind of searching reflection, just again to just know that I'm true to me and coming from my best place, as best place as I can from where I'm at any moment. Well, I try anyway. Um, so I know this is rambly, but it feels pretty tender. But so now I've been in a couple situations, or I guess a few, or I guess you just kind of play it safe. Um, I don't know if anybody out there can relate to this one. I mean, it could be with any gender mix, heterosexual or gay, otherwise. But I'm so tempted to restart this, but I'm not going to because I think there's value in just being raw with it. Um, yeah, so I get myself into these situations where I like to have meaningful connections. And with women, it's hard for me to know what that line is as um, a woman who now is knows she's attracted to women, and what does that mean in friendship, relationship, when you feel a close connection, when there's confusing mixed signals. So um, I did a few loops in that. And I think ultimately it goes down for me to self-worth. I was able to really come up against a lot of edges of myself in these relationships that weren't relationships, that were friendships, that were um, it was a lot, and they were very special, and particularly one very dear to me. And still, I hold this person in extremely high regard, and I'm very grateful for the experience. And I know, get on with it. But I've been sent another loop, and you think you're done. And I thought I was good with that. Thought I was good with where I was at. Um, I think that it truly is helpful to not attach, and not in an unhealthy way, but in a way where you can, all you can do is be um, in your own, is put yourself first and um, not um, not externally validate on things. And that was one of them for me. That was has been my thing, I think, for a long time, is that knowing that you want somebody to just swoop in and love you so much and rescue whatever that means, but that whole deal, knight in shining armor, I don't know, knight S, what is it? In shining armor. And also knowing that all that means is that I couldn't do that ever for myself. So I've been uh, able to come to the point where I was able to love myself enough so I did not have to validate on on that. But I guess the admission here is that I recognize it, I know it, and it'd also be great to have that one day. Uh, and also just experience things. So I've been brought to the edge of another loop with all these things seem karmic. You know, when you just keep seeing the same person, and I don't know if it's karmic or just they seem planned. I use the word karmic, but insert whatever you would like to there. I just personally don't believe in coincidence. And I think it's like they say if you ask for patience, you're not just going to be given patience, you're going to be given opportunities to become patient. And so I feel at this moment, being given the opportunity to not put myself in a safe position as the friend who might, who's such a great friend, for sure, uh, straight woman. I don't actually know if she is at this point, but she's likely is what I'm getting. Um, Change her mind, but then at that point, I have to be honest with myself. Like, why do I go into these positions where I know it's not going to turn out into a relationship, but it's a relationship? And that is because I am totally scared, I think, and totally playing it safe. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to play it safe because where you do it in one part of life, you do it in all parts of life. And um, there's so much more room for magic and more than we'd ever know if we leave our plans out of it, I think. So this is my testament to love myself more again, not fall into the loop. And I guess that's the opportunity I have is to just know I'm worth more than that. Um, and it keeps coming back to that at some level. It's that self-worth. Um, Maybe some of you can relate to that. And I don't understand why it feels so hard to do that. Even coming from a place where I feel pretty effing good. And then I still have this loop. So I think I'm grateful that I can see the loop now and we'll see what happens. So I really just needed to put that out there into words. Um, you can follow, if you can follow all my loops and circles, congratulations back to this point. And if anybody out there is looping, um, it's all good. It is always a learning opportunity. As I said, I looped a few times until I got to a place where I understood potentially why that loop was there, because they really are there to show you a new level, a new layer, should we choose to take the um, mission. Okay, well, I wish you all well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, ciao.